My billionaire girlfriend thought she cleverly framed me for a multi-million-dollar corporate fraud, completely unaware that I'm a regression traveler who came back in time just to watch her burn. In my past life, I loved Liu Ruyan with everything I had. She was a brilliant, cold tech billionaire, and I was just a regular guy who thought he won the lottery when she chose me. But a week after our anniversary, the police raided my apartment. Every single piece of evidence, encrypted bank transfers, forged signatures, server logs, pointed directly at me. I was sentenced to 15 years in prison. It was only behind bars that I discovered the horrifying truth. Liu Ruyan didn't love me. She had targeted me from the very beginning, using my clean background as a blank canvas to cover up her own illegal corporate embezzlement. When the cops closed in on her, she threw me to the wolves without blinking. I died in that prison cell from a broken heart. But instead of waking up in the afterlife, a sharp pain exploded in my chest, and I opened my eyes on the couch of her luxury penthouse. I looked at the digital clock on the wall. It was exactly 6 months before the police raid. Sitting across from me on the plush leather couch was Liu Ruyan, swirling a glass of expensive wine. She looked at me with that fake, beautiful smile that used to make my heart melt. "Elias, darling," she purred, handing me a stack of corporate documents. "Can you sign these authorization forms for my new shell company? My hands are tied with the board of directors, and I only trust you." In my past life, I signed them without even reading, completely blind to the fact that I was signing my own arrest warrant. This time I looked down at the papers, hiding the cold, venomous rage in my eyes. I looked up at her, forced a soft, clueless smile, and picked up the pen. "Of course, Ruyan, anything for you." I signed it. And over the next 6 months, I played the perfect, submissive fool. Every time she asked for my passwords, my ID, or my signature to transfer dirty money through my bank apps, I gave it to her without a single question. She thought she was masterfully setting up the perfect sacrificial lamb. I could see the subtle, arrogant mockery in her eyes every time we kissed. She thought I was pathetic. But what she didn't know was that every single time she used my laptop, I was recording her screen. Every conversation she had with her corrupt lawyers was being uploaded to an untraceable cloud drive. I wasn't just letting her build a case against me. I was letting her build a noose for herself. Finally, the exact night of the police raid arrived. We were sitting in her penthouse when loud, violent thuds shook the heavy front door. "Police! Open up!" Liu Ruyan immediately put on an Oscar-winning performance. She gasped, her face turning pale with fake terror as she grabbed my arm. "Elias, what is going on? What did you do?" The door burst open, and tactical officers swarmed the penthouse with flashlights and drawn weapons. The lead detective slammed a folder onto the glass coffee table, showing the exact forged transfers I had signed over the last 6 months. "Elias Gu, you're under arrest for grand larceny and corporate fraud," the detective barked, pulling out a pair of handcuffs. Liu Ruyan backed away into the corner, covering her mouth with fake tears. "Elias, how could you do this to my company? I trusted you." I didn't panic. I didn't scream like I did in my past life. I quietly held out my wrists for the handcuffs, looked directly at Liu Ruyan, and let out a cold, calm laugh. "You're right, detective. The evidence doesn't lie," I said, my voice echoing through the silent room. "But before you take me in, you might want to look at the global live stream currently broadcasting on every major financial news network." The detective frowned, quickly pulling out his tablet. Liu Ruyan's fake tears instantly stopped, her eyes widening in sudden panic. On the screen, a massive data leak was unfolding live. It wasn't just the transfers I signed. It was the hidden surveillance footage of Liu Ruyan typing at her desk, her encrypted text messages bragging about framing me, and the full paper trail showing that every single dollar moved through my account was immediately funneled into her private offshore accounts. I had set up a timed data release to trigger the exact minute the police breached the door. The detective's face went completely dark. He slowly turned away from me, walked past the couch, and stopped directly in front of a trembling Liu Ruyan. "Miss Liu," the detective said, unlocking his handcuffs and pointing them at her. "It looks like you're the one coming with us." The look of absolute, soul-crushing terror on her face when she realized her entire billionaire empire was destroyed in a single second. It was worth dying for. As the officers dragged her out of the penthouse in handcuffs, she screamed my name, begging me to help her. I calmly adjusted my collar, picked up her left-behind glass of expensive wine, and took a slow sip. I looked at her over the rim of the glass and smiled. "I told you 6 months ago, Ruyan. I'd do anything for you, including showing the world exactly what you are."